All right, dropped the 220 off first thing this morning, went back and got the 25-ton off-road truck here from the last pond project. Got the bearing that needs to be replaced. Jeremiah should be here later today. We'll get that taken care of. I just couldn't get the pin out, so it's this one right here, but on the other side, and it's just moving back and forth. I can't get the bolt to come out, but there's another bushing right there, and we couldn't get it beat out to save our life, so we'll let him do it. He's right down the road, so it won't be too bad. New pond project. Let's go off through the woods and I'll show you what the problem is. So as you can see, I've got plenty of dirt here. We found somebody hauling off dirt and got like 200 quad loads of dirt, way more than I need. But there's a pond down here in the woods that definitely needs some help. I'll probably come up here with the 220 and stack some of this dirt up. There's, you know, in between all the loads is kind of where the rainwater settled in there and has gotten it wet. So I'm gonna kind of pile it up so that maybe it'll dry a little bit better. Got to do a little bit of tree trimming here to get down here. But there's a little pond down here that is in dire need of some help. I'll probably throw a little dirt in there to divert that water from running down the path and make it a little smoother driving down here. So here is the pond, and it's got a few issues with it. One is the overflow is leaking. The second is the secondary overflow, which is now the primary overflow right here, is not adequate because they're letting it just pour out, and it's washing a huge gaping hole out right there. So the plan is to dig this pipe up, reuse it for the back half. I got new pipe ordered here to extend that out. I may actually move it over here a little bit more. Take all these trees down right here. Somebody way back when tore a building down and hauled all the concrete back here and hauled all the concrete over here and dumped it behind the pond dam to make it wider. And they buried the old overflow pipe, which is somewhere out here, and they don't know where it's at, but there's water coming out back there. So somewhere up here the old riser pipe is rusted off and it's still leaking. So I've got to find it, get it plugged. I'm gonna dig, once I drain the water down and figure out where the pipe's at, I'm gonna dig down and rip out a good section of it. And then I don't know if I want to rip it all out because all that water will come gushing out through the dam, but I'll assess it. But my plan is to come down here and dig a trench and find that pipe and rip out a section of it and fill that part with concrete. Set a new overflow box and put that pipe in the ground, run it out, bring a lot of that dirt down here. We're going to raise the dam up about a foot. We're going to raise the pond up a little bit more and use all that dirt to kind of fill that in, grade all this out, and pretty much make that a lot more maintainable. So be a fun little project, and it's about time to get started. So I'm gonna bring the excavator down here and go ahead and grab some of these trees and start taking those down. No, actually I'm gonna go up there and stack my dirt up first and see how wet that's gonna be. Getting ahead of myself here. Let's see what this dirt looks like. It don't look terrible. A little sandy, but I think it'll work for what I want to do. I might have to dig and find a little more clay for the overflow part. I don't know, I'll squish it together and kind of see what it looks like. I do see some rocks in here though. That's never the greatest in the world. need to get all this mixed together and piled up. I don't think I'm really too worried about getting any of the grass out. It's just all going to get mixed together. I'm really not doing anything structural other than filling in that hole in the back of the dam there, so, or the back side. Gonna get a feel for how wet this dirt's gonna be. That's wet. Need my grading bucket. Piled up, see if it'll, oh, that stuff is wet. That's what I was afraid. I told them this stuff was going to be wet sitting up here in piles, especially with all that rain we've got. But kind of move it around a little bit, mix it all together, maybe it'll be a little better. It's one of those, it's just going to kind of be what it's going to be. This is the dirt we got. That's what we're going to work with. It's the only problem about when you dump out dirt like this, between every pile you end up with a divot, and when it rains it just fills with rainwater, and then it just soaks into the pile, saturates everything. Everything up because the truck's pretty much just going to drive. Really no place to turn around, so it's probably just going to be a pull up and back down the path and dump it out type deal. Alright, so dirt's usable. Definitely going to be a little wet. It's going to have good moisture content, so pack. See if I can get it, it's supposed to be 100 and some degrees today, so if I can kind of get it stirred around a little bit, let it start drying out, it won't do nothing but help. It's kind of like this stuff right here, you kind of got to break the crust. The top layer kind of seals everything off from, as it sits here, it just kind of pretty much crusts over and gets real solid, and then, you know, everything else just kind of stays wet under it. So, all right, well, I'm going to keep stacking this dirt up. Just kind of get everything cleaned up here and go down there and work on those trees. Get some of that stuff down. May go ahead and might need to go ahead and take the overflow pipe out first and start getting the pond to drain down a little bit. Because I really can't do a whole lot of anything else until I get it drained down so I can see where the overflow, the old riser pipe is. I can work on getting that plugged and the old one ripped out. So, definitely got stuff to do. It's just got to figure out the order that I want to try to do it in. Projects. So got the dirt piled up some. Not all the dirt I'm going to need, but some of it, just to kind of see how wet that was going to be, and it's mushy. Maybe it'll dry out some. So I'm going to work on clearing the path off down here, kind of get some access back here so I can work. That branch, just kind of grabbing all these little trees, get this area opened up so I don't have to have room to be able to drive the dump truck in and out a bunch of times. Burning anything. He said just pile it up back there in the back and he would take care of that. So that's what I'm going to do. stops. Way down here, everything else is pretty good. Grab a few of these little trees here on the side just to make it a little more open. Get any of these little leaners like so, because they'll hang down in the morning or when they're wet, knock the mirror off. Keep on clearing. So I think I'm going to try to take those cover pipes out, get the pond draining down a little bit. See if I can't find that overflow pipe. We can work on that tomorrow, getting that dug up and plugged up. Get the dozer here, hopefully get the truck fixed. Got a little bit of rain coming. I don't want to start filling it in just yet. Or putting the new pipe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got a lot to do. Get everything figured out here. Get a game plan. Okay, let's start taking some of these trees down. This is where I'm going to extend the dam out. And use all that dirt that's up there in the field. Well, not all of it, but a good part of it, at least half of it or so. He's got more dirt than I definitely need. But it is going to take a fair amount to fill that hole in right there too, so it may be a little, it may fool me. I don't know how much dirt's up there, but looking at it, it looks like more than what I need. Trees down, then I'm going to dig up that pipe, so I'm actually going to reuse that as much as pipe costs. It doesn't look bad, so I've got to be careful digging it up to salvage it. And then we're going to bust this pond dam and let it drain. Vines are just horrible. See how they get wrapped around everything? And then next thing you know, they ripped off something that they don't need to rip off. With that one tongue on. I might have to get out. That's wrapped around that valve. If I snatch it too hard, it'll come loose. That's how I broke the handles off of my little valves right there. Vines get hung around it, and you go to swing, and just rips them right off. Those vines can be as strong as cable sometimes, I think. Alright, well, let me grab that other tree, get all this stuff pushed up into a pile, and we're going to start taking that pipe out of the ground, see how that goes, and make a little waterfall. Okay, made my way down here to the source of the problem. As you can see, there's a bunch of concrete. I didn't want to walk down here before clearing it around because this is a good habitat for some snaky snakes. Now, I don't like being surprised by snakes. So whole backside of this dam is nothing but just chunks of concrete and everything. As you can see, all that water flowing right there, that is the source of the problem. Somewhere in here something's leaking. We're figuring it's the old overflow pipe down there. I can't find out where it's at until, you know, with all this concrete, the pipe could be way over there, but this is the path of least resistance for the water to flow out. Being there's a ditch here and a ditch over there, I don't know exactly where it's at, and I'm not going to sit here and just keep digging all through this until I figure it out. So what I'm going to do is go over there. I got a couple trees to take down. I'm going to take out that 24-inch horizontal pipe and dig a little ditch through there and just kind of slowly let the pond down some. It's not going to hurt anything. That way I can get the water down enough where I can see where the old riser pipe is, kind of line that up, and I don't know if I'll dig down today, but at least get my stuff so we can fill it full of concrete and then dig down and kind of rip out some sections of the pipe there to plug it off. Okay, let's see if I can take this old overflow pipe out and get this pond draining. So he sent me pictures of it, or showed me pictures of it during the hurricane, and the water was going over the dam and the pipe was only halfway full because the overflow pipe is put in like this, where it actually drains into the pond instead of out of the pond. Cumbersome here because I got to take it easy to salvage this pipe to reuse it, because this stuff is expensive now. I'm bringing it, but I don't have it with me right now. I'll put the dirt over here. I guess the good thing is there's not a lot of dirt covering it, so it shouldn't be too bad to dig up. There's a mud hole right here in the center, so side of it and then get over there and just try to pull the pipe up for what it's worth there. I think if I get it dug out, I can kind of take the flat part of the bucket and skim the dirt off the top. Normally that works. Mini excavator would be more delicate for this, but sometimes you just got to use what you got on site right now. This is what I have on site right now. Alright, well, it's going to take me about another 10 or 15 minutes here to probably cut this out, so I'm going to speed through this little spot, and then I'll get get a video when it's time to pull the pipe out and let the water flow. Alright, I got this dug out some. Just kind of see what happens here. Try to work this from both ends. Get this pipe pulled out. Weight of that dirt off of it. It's just the dang dirt is packed in there so good. The pipe's separated now. Oh boy, hell, it broke right there. That's not going to be good. Lay that right there where he can look at that. That one looks okay. The bell's pretty banged up on that though. I'll let the owner make the decision on that one, what he wants to do with that. I have two new pieces, but we were going to add those to the end to kind of stick it out. So that kind of sucks. I mean, that one wouldn't have been too bad. I could have fixed that, but I can't do anything when the pipe split in half. Did that. Beaver or something chewing on it. No telling. Okay, digging the ditch through the pond here. A few more scoops and it's going to get a little bit exciting. I'm not going to let that much through at one time. I just want to slowly let it out here. Couple big pieces of concrete there, maybe to hold the water flow. Hunter's going to come down here and look at that pipe and show him that it's damaged. I kind of want to see if that water quits flowing out when I get the pond down below the top of that riser pipe, and then I'll know for certain that it's leaking out of that. So I don't think I'm going to do any digging on that until I get the water down and can see it. Alright, I'm going to let that drain down. After about 10 minutes that shouldn't be muddy anymore. And just kind of let it keep draining down, and once that gets down I'll just scratch out a little bit more dirt. Kind of keep slowly lowering the pond there. Make my bridge to get across. Alright. Flowing out here pretty good now. I'm gonna go grab some lunch while this drains down a little bit more. I'll come back and scratch that, get it down a few more inches. It looks like you kind of see a ring around there. I probably lowered the pond probably 2 or 3 inches so far, so better than pumping. Parts make the world go round. Is you got a long enough bolt there?
Maybe. It keeps getting shorter. So
there's a...
Perfect.
That is perfect. We do have a spare bushing that I bought 2 of when we did the bed cylinders. That goes through there and the bolt goes through there. If we have to make that one liquid, I'd prefer not to make that one liquid because there's a reason we didn't use that one. So it might not be much off, but something was off a little bit. So it's currently seized in there because probably without the bearing in there and that slamming back and forth, it might not be round anymore. So yeah, see if we can get that bushing pushed out. And so the bolt goes through there. This, oh, I see what's wrong with it. This doesn't fit into there.
What?
I know why we didn't use this now.
Why's that?
It no fit. I mean, it might fit. I mean, it's tight.
It is tight.
Nothing a little grinding wouldn't
Exactly.
possibly take care of. Probably just needs to rust off of it.
Yeah. This one was tight too, obviously.
I don't know. I think a hammer would get that. I don't want to find out because I won't be able to get it off. So we'll worry about that if we have to cross that road. Damaged parts now. All right, see what happens. Moment of truth.
Oh, yeah, it's tight.
Oh. Are we at the point where parts are going to start flying?
It might be. No?
Nope.
There we go.
There we go. We're just making the bushing back round.
Yeah. Oh, look at it hopping.
Well, it's like that much freeboard in there. Oh, would you just look at that? Nothing like having the right tools.
Nothing like hydraulic help.
You're gonna be about ready for me to go in there and turn that steering wheel here in a minute.
Just about. We'll see how loose it is.
That's what I'm qualified for.
See if the hammer will take it the rest
Oh,
of
and the third axle quit working the other day too.
Well,
but
you don't need 3 of them.
We found the plug and we did the good old unplug it and, you know, recrimp the wires and plug it back in.
Uh-huh.
She's going right through the mud, good to go now. Well, you fixed it the first time, right? Remember the rear axle wasn't?
Yes.
I think it was you. Yeah.
I want to say it was me.
Because the wires didn't have a good connection. I was like, this thing's getting stuck on dry grass here. Not no more.
All right, it's coming up.
You might be able to tap it out with the air hammer now.
That's what I'm hoping.
Find out. If you got enough air left in the tank.
That's the next question.
Have to fire up that loud thing.
Whew.
Get you a muffler one day.
I think we're gonna fire up that thing.
Yeah, I think you need a couple more. Maybe an extension too.
Now we got the air hammer.
Take your thread around. Oh. Glad you get paid by the hour.
Same here. If you can't do it right on the first time, you always got the 5th and the 6th time.
We might not know what we're doing, but we have fun trying. Don't lose all the air.
Whew. Whew.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's all.
That's pretty good there. Watch the toes. Yeah. Loosen that up. Guess I'll go in there and let's see if I steer. I don't know. I just have to steer and see which way it sucks.
Should be to the right.
Suck the cylinder in.
Mm-hmm. Just.
I mean, that one should suck in before the other one moves because it's got at least resistance on it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Watch them both move. Tied chain to it there. Hold it still there. See what it looks like. It don't look too mangled up, does it?
It's pretty mangled up.
Yeah, it is pretty mangled up. All right, let's
That'd be why it was sticking.
yeah, that would be. Let's see.
Yeah, they're the same length.
Yeah, it's close.
For sure.
Do you
That's
have some
the trim to fit
Do you
size.
have some calipers to see? I mean, that one was just as tight going in there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
'Cause I think I would like to cut this one and put it in there. Don't you agree?
I would say
If
so.
we're gonna do all that and I have it,
Yes,
it's better than
I
it.
put this one back in there.
It's better than rolling around on the floorboard in there. So, okay, let's get some measurements. It's gonna fit.
It's gonna fit.
It's not too wallered out.
No. It's hardly even an egg. It's mostly
And
circular.
that's, yeah. Did you get your hammer?
I got my hammer.
Got your hammer? Maybe be wise to get all that crushed steel out of there.
I think we should. And probably test fit the pin.
Yeah.
Just once at least.
Are we, okay, so we're gonna put the new one.
Mm-hmm. The lower hole's boogered up.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to open it up a little bit for the new pin.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
I mean, if you gotta grind that down a little bit, that can be done, can't it?
Mm-hmm.
With a die there. All right, let's see what we can do. So I'm wiping all the previous crushed bearing out of there. That's amazing that it just sits there and just crushes it to dust.
Disintegrate.
Because there was no way for that to come out.
No.
No, because it had a washer up top and a washer down below.
This is the biggest piece I've seen fall.
That's what was keeping it tight.
Yep.
Huh. Yep. Projects. She's definitely boogered up pretty good. We're going to run a bead of weld in there and grind it out to kind of fill that in. It's a little wobbly on the bottom side, but the top's pretty good. So we'll just make the best of it. If not, it's gonna have to be reline board one day. But we got to use the truck, so we're gonna do an infield fix. Two hours later, you got it welded up pretty good there.
It's mostly circular.
Mostly circular. The socket fit in there really good.
Oh yeah, it fits. Fits good and snug.
Now we just got to put that in there. That looks pretty good. Got our new pin cleaned up. Just got to make it a little shorter. And a little persuasion.
The cleaned end fits nice and perfect.
Does it?
Yeah.
Good. Well, it has been rolling around in the truck for like 2 years up there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so. All right, we're about ready to go back together. Or anything, or you put them in there dry?
Will they dry?
I don't know.
I do need to clean out the loose one, though.
You what?
Clean this out.
Safety squints. Oh yeah, look at all that grease. Can't say I didn't grease it. What's your flat plate?
No, looking for my socket.
Oh. Looky there.
A little bit bigger.
Little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
No, they're too big. Ah,
What's this one?
too big? No, just right.
Size.
You just need a bigger hammer.
Oh, that's right.
Looky there. Made to swivel. It'll swivel once the truck gets at an angle there.
For sure.
It's not bad, Bubba. Not too shabby. Considering there was nothing left there.
Indeed.
That would explain why there was some play there.
Yeah, it was a fair amount.
He would go to turn, I'd watch the cylinder just move, and then it'd finally catch up and the truck would turn. I was like,
well, what was it? We figured if all the little pieces were gone, I mean,
almost an inch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Total, yeah.
Yeah, she was getting in there pretty good.
At least it had the rod back there to stop it.
Yeah, it was shiny. That's what really caught my attention, that something was wrong.
All right, about ready to crank the truck. Oh, we got to
Oh, you got to cut the pin down about an inch and a half.
But
Oh yeah.
Gonna be snug.
A little grease on there, be good to go. Well, it's too late now.
Too late now.
There we go. What are the odds I have the bushing there that we actually need? I remember that one right there. He didn't think he was gonna be able to get that one out and had to buy a new one, but then was able to get it out, so had a spare one. New bushing made. Ready to start the truck up, get the cylinder out, get everything lined up a little closer. Not too shabby. The grease will fill in the rest.
It's twisted a little.
It's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was for an in-field repair. All right, let's put the bolt back through there and finish up. We're good to go. Got the pin back in, got some grease on it. Everything looks like it took good. Ready to get back to work. Timber! Getting some sunshine in here now. I'm getting all these trees down back here, which is just a few. That way I can break all this concrete out and cover it in dirt. Take all the trees and pile them up down there so that he would burn them at a later date. That's pretty cool right there. A piece of concrete was laying up against that tree and the tree grew flat around it. Clean this up and go ahead and take down that other one. Let's take down the second tree here. So I didn't really dig around it because, well, it's got 8 feet of concrete around it. trying to get it to ease over into that opening. It's not working. I'm gonna have to move this brush and then get over there and push it that way. So, all right, be right back. Timber! Trees down. I almost lost or missed it there on camera. I just kind of gave it a nudge to see if it would go, and it just kind of took off. I said, well, that's going to fall down now. Now we get to grab all these branches, get them piled up. Grab that little tree just cause. I don't see much running out anymore. I don't know if that's because I've got it dammed up down here with all the other water flowing out, or if I've got below the point where it's leaking. I don't see anything out there, so not 100% sure just yet. Break that concrete out, and I'll just kind of build me a ramp down there and take out that tree over there and just pile up everything down there. I'll probably go ahead and do that once I get this big tree here drug up out of the way, broke up. Bring the chainsaw tomorrow. Might have to cut that up a little bit. That's a gum tree, it's going to be hard to break. Hard to grab like this too. Let me get over here and I grab that a little better. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but I had to shut the door in the windshield because the mosquitoes and bugs are so bad they were eating me alive. That wasn't much of a stump. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can't get this broke up. I can move it around a little better, then go down here and stack all this brush up to make some more room to work. I think I'm just going to break these big branches off and I'll just cut that in half with the chainsaw tomorrow. Break. Ta-da! Need to break that again. Break. Cleaning it up. Some scrap metal. cut that in half tomorrow with the saw. Make life a little bit easier trying to get that into a burn pile. I've got majority of the trees down. I got 3 more to take down right there, and I got 5 more to take down over there, just piling them all up back there in the woods. I just dug the ditch down a little bit farther. I actually see the old riser pipe out there. It is right about 2 inches under the water. Let's see if I can do this one-handed, to the left of that bucket tooth. I don't know if you can kind of see it out there or not, but looks like about a 6-inch pipe. So I'm gonna keep letting it down, get that open. We may pour some concrete in that tomorrow, and dig down through the dam here and see if I can't find out where it is. Definitely looks like it's going to be, let me line this up here a little better. If it's straight, it'll be going out straight towards that big tree right there. So I may dig down right here on the backside of the dam, see if I can find it and see how much of it I can rip up. Yeah, we'll see. So I just dug that down a little bit more. Let it drain out. Say we're down probably 6 or 8 inches so far. So, making progress. All right, I just took one more scoop out of there. That should drain down probably another 8 or 10 inches tonight. Slowly. The old drain pipe sticking out about 2 inches now. Maybe 3 inches. You can see it out there now. So it's going down about 5 inches an hour. Is what I've been cutting it down. You can kind of see the old water ring. So I've dropped it down over a foot, maybe 18 inches here so far today. So making good progress. At least that's out there now. Oh, we'll come back here tomorrow, finish taking the trees down, get all those piled up down there, and then probably come somewhere. Where's that pipe? Luckily, hopefully it's put through here straight. Dig a trench through here and see if I can find it, and see if any of the water's coming out, and rip what we can of it out, and just, I don't know, I'll suss it. If it seems like I can get majority of it out, I'll rip it out. If not, we'll just go out there and fill it full of concrete and dig back in here and plug it up.